Happy up the was Wednesday, fish keepers. Well, it's Wednesday. What can we say about Wednesday? First and foremost, we're doing the Three Idiots Talk Aquariums podcast. We're doing that in about 10 or so minutes time. And today we are talking about everyone's favourite American cichlids, which is a gazillion times better than African cichlids, which are boring and dumb, and we always seem to talk about them. So it's cool to be talking about something different today. After I get out from that, I will be uploading that onto the audio podcast format thing. And then when I get done with that, I don't really know what's going to happen, but we can have a quick look at what potentially is going to happen. One way or another, we're going to move some stuff off this bench. So at some point this has to be done, whether or not I get my plant orders in today, or whether or not I just continue cleaning up on this area. Which is obviously coming over from that stuff there. So probably one of the first things we do today will be either tidy up through here or start packing plant orders. I haven't, however, got any confirmation of any plant orders being sent, so I'm not sure if they've been sent yesterday or if they have not. So we'll see how we go. If we get plants, this is the number one thing. We'll just basically throw this on the ground and order the plants, pack up the plants. If not, we'll continue to work through this pile of stuff here. And although it's dark in here, the other things that need to be done today is the water changes in through here on the display tanks, diamond tetras, shellies, which is looking a bit green, the botanical tank, dwarf stage tank, BMW, and the pea puffer tank. Clearly with no lights on we can't see them, it's because it's quite early still, but yeah, that'll be done today as well. But before any of that happens, I've got the algorithm engager question. This question is basically 100% a blatant attempt to get the YouTube algorithm picking up these videos. Once they pick up these videos, we're hoping that more people will see the Fanatics Friday Coffee Date, which is the live stream we do every Friday where we get awesome people from around the world coming in and talking about their journey and their time with aquariums. We've had some phenomenal guests. We've got some more phenomenal guests coming up. So if we get people engaging in this particular thing, it's going to go a long way in helping them. So, with that being said, today's algorithm engager is: do you follow sports? Yes or no? And if you do follow sports, what is your sports team? For me, it is obviously the one and only, the mighty One New Zealand Warriors, the best rugby league team ever. I will not hear a word about against them. I don't care they've never won a premiership, they are still the absolute best, because we've never won a wooden spoon. But I want to know if you support or follow any sport, and if you do, what is your sports team? Thank you, fish keepers. It's only taken about a year, but these rainbow fish look like they're finally putting a little bit of size on. Probably at least another 6 months till we can sell them. Because somebody mixed 2 or 3 different species in one, and they're pretty hard to tell at the size still. So it's a little while away, and I'm aware that the light is glaring on the tank and you can't see them, but I'm pretty happy that they're getting a little bit of size on them at the moment. Parrotfish are still looking after the eggs quite nicely. Although this is the first time they've spawned in this building for me, they are a proven pair. They've spawned plenty of times, so I don't expect them to be too many issues with them eating them. But you never know what might happen. But at this stage, day 2, we're going alright. That's good. Hey, that's good. I take back all those nasty words I said about you yesterday. Just spotted a random Adolphoi Corydoras. Are they even Corydoras anymore? Fry in there. I was having a wee look in there, and there was an adult doing a bit of jiggling and wiggling in through there. They like to spawn, at least this group likes to spawn in the wall pile as opposed to a floating one. So I might check for eggs later today as well. But we've got an extra fry, that's exciting. It's actually probably worth checking all the Corridor tanks today after doing the big water changes and feeding them up a bit yesterday. We'll see how we go. There might be some eggs, there might not be. Like I said yesterday, those peppered cories were looking pretty plump, pretty much ready to go. They do like to spawn, well, these ones like to spawn on the back of the sponge filter. So I'll pull out the sponge filter and see if we've got any eggs on there, fingers crossed, and we can get some more peppered cories coming through. Anyway, I'm now in my recording studio / the 3 Let's Talk Aquariums podcast studio / Fanatics Friday coffee date recording studio / my office. So I'm going to turn everything on, get ready to roll, and we'll get this podcast rocking and rolling.
But yeah, that just does so expensive.
Give me a wave. Give me a wave. Give me a wave. Thank you. And you're being a knob. Come on, Ryan. It's not funny anymore. Every week. Hey, look at that. It only took 14 seconds this time. 3 Let's Talk Aquariums podcast. Let's do it. Well, that was interesting. I thought that podcast was going to be really good. I thought we had enough knowledge between the three of us to talk about American cichlids quite well. But it was more awkward than good. Definitely worth watching because it's always interesting. But definitely a very awkward conversation. I thought we were going to do better than that one, but hey, can't win them all. It wasn't that it was bad, it just wasn't quite up to the lusty expectations that I had. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's done now. It'll be available on Spotify for you to listen to on Sunday at 9 a.m. If you want to listen to the replay on YouTube or on our Facebook page, it's there under 3 Let's Talk Aquariums. I'll try and put a linky thing up here if I remember how to. Right, let's chug on with Wednesday. Quick Flame egg review. No fungusy stuff at this point, so that's a good start. I'm happy for now. A couple of definitely clear viable eggs there, so fingers crossed we go okay in this container. There's a couple in there. There's definitely not the amount from last time. There's definitely a few eggs in there, but nowhere near to the same extent as far as quantity as we've had before. But as I said yesterday, as long as I can get half a dozen or so, I'll be happy with that, and then we can move forward and try again and again and get bigger numbers. It is feeling more and more like last week might have just been a bit of a lucky week. We still ain't got no lights going on this week. That is a shame. We need to get a little work done in here. Got a couple messy tanks. Let's see if we can get that sorted throughout today. Otherwise it's a job for tomorrow. Alright, I've just spent about 45 minutes, maybe an hour on the back end of the computer sorting out an email issue that we were having. I think what's happened, I'll try and keep it short, is we've just changed the platform that we use for all of our incoming emails to which I reply from. I take full responsibility, might have cocked this up and not set it up properly, so when the emails are coming in, the inbox chat's all coming in, and then when I go to reply, the emails are being replied to fine, but the chat hasn't been responding, and I'm getting a lot of, I was going to say hate mail and death threats, but I haven't, but I've been a lot of angry people saying, why aren't you replying, blah, 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 and I have been replying, and occasionally I'll get a bounce back notification, but often I haven't been. So I think I've sorted it out. It's taken ages, and it's way above my IT pay grade. I tried turning it on and off again, and it didn't work, so then I started ripping my hair out and trying to work through it, which I think I've got. If anyone could be so helpful, just jump on the website, thefishroom.co.nz, and the little right hand side at the bottom is a little black box that says chat. If you could just jump on that, send us a message, and if I reply to that, I know it's working. I've also asked the people of the Book of Faces to do that today, so we might be okay, but that is the issue that I think I was having. Fingers crossed, sorted, fingers crossed I can reply to people properly now, and we have no dramas, so we'll just see how we go with that one. No plants have arrived yet, but we do have a big box. I can't tell how heavy it is. We do have a big box of heat packs which have arrived, which is fantastic because I ran out of heat packs late last week, and they've obviously just got here, which means we can send out a few fish orders this afternoon, so that's a wee bonus. Just going along and got my old flipper out, cleaned up the inside of all the display aquariums. So these couple here, there's a lot of particles floating around for that reason. And these couple over here, I'm going to do some water changes on them now. I'm going to spend a bit of decent time on this tank. There's a lot of debris in here. So I'll clean out the filter on this as well. That bad salve there, give it a good clean up. I'll probably do the filters on these two as well. It'll just be a pretty normal water change on here. The filter's alright, but a little bit of algae removal up here, because I believe that the light is so close to the surface on this particular tank, and we've tried to keep the flow as low as possible for the pea puffers. It is causing a bit of algae issues. It's also a newly established aquarium, so all the good stuff is still floating around in the water column, so water change that will help. I can probably turn the lights down a little bit. Unfortunately, this light timer is connected to the CO2 on that, so it's kind of working with that tank. However, I did just find a bunch of light timers yesterday, so I might change this and lower the lighting period for this a little bit more, because it's probably a little bit too long as well. So we can try and get rid of this awful hideous stringy slime algae, try and get that under control, and then just let this tank slowly but surely develop over time. It's gross. And then in here I'm going to do a decent trim up. I think some of these plants down here are beginning to be a little bit affected by this big Hormani sword up here, and I'll try and cut out as much of the blackbeard algae as I possibly can as well. The tank itself, I think, is out of balance a little bit at the moment. Some of these leaves on the plants are looking a little bit yellow, not quite getting what they need. So a decent, essentially a reset, big water change, bit of trimming action, get some light going back into it, should hopefully clear that up a little bit. You see here we've got a bit of green spot algae coming up on some of the leaves as well, so it's not quite in the balance it needs to be, so we'll get a bit of work done on this tank as well. Well, that's something. One of the three ain't bad, I suppose. We had to get some waters out with this. This is all our pond stuff. Can I get it with one hand? Just, it's all our pond stuff, oxygen weed, pond lilies and that sort of stuff. So we had to get a few orders out. Between that and the plant orders, hopefully we get a decent chunk of change done today. We'll see how we go. That'll be later on today. We've done a bit of a hack job. We've opened up a bit of light, cleared out some plant mass through here. I'm going to replant some of that polysperma. Pulled out a massive plant mass back through here, mainly so I could check out the crinum, see how that was growing. Opened up a lot through here. Got a lot of floating bits left, as we can see up here. Hooked out a bit of blackbeard algae on the leaves and the damaged leaves. So I'll do a water change now, getting as much of the shit out as I can. Clean it up. I'll clean up this. Oops, you couldn't see that. I'll clean up that, and I'll clean up the intake as we get them all nice and going, and it's nice and sparkly for the fish and the plants. It seems like the filter is cranking along just nicely on the old BMW tank. Just about at its maximum draw level. It's going very nicely. I'm happy with that. Very happy indeed. Got a couple of orders out, a couple of boxes of fish, a few boxes of plants that we could do, and a couple other miscellaneous things. That's done. I've had confirmation that at least one more of the 2 boxes has been sent and has been picked up by the courier, so fingers crossed tomorrow. The rest of the plant orders for the week go out the door. All going to plan. Hi Safi.
Hi.
What are we doing?
Just getting the water tested.
Cool. Why are we getting our water tested, mate? What's going on?
Something's happened with my fish, they're dying off.
That's not ideal. So what's the first thing we do when we have a few issues?
Just get a water tested.
We test our waters. You're onto it, mate. And what are you doing right at this very moment?
Just shaking a bottle.
Shaking the bottle. How long have you been shaking it for?
I'm not sure, man, like 2 minutes.
Should we sing a song? Shake, 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 doo-doo-doo, shake, 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 doo-doo-doo, shake that nitrate, doo-doo-doo, shake that nitrate. Okay, I'll let you stop shaking now, buddy.
Okay.
Right, buddy, how was the Fish Club meeting? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
You learned lots of stuff?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you know that there's a gazillion, I might be exaggerating by about a gazillion, but a gazillion people that wanted to know how you went at the Fish Club?
Oh wow, no, I didn't know
It's
that.
a good time, yep. So
That's good.
glad that you enjoyed it, and
Me too.
we've just done your fish water, aquarium water tests, and it looks absolutely spot on.
Oh good.
We've got no issues with any of that. You've got no ammonia, no nitrite, no nitrate.
Oh good.
So we can rule those out. I can tell you what, I can tell you something for free, mate. That's fantastic water conditions.
Oh good.
I have seen far worse from far more experienced fish keepers. You are doing a cracking job with your fish. Let's just work out why they're causing issues with you.
Yeah.
I was all excited and I saw a Rio Ukulele bristlenose up there. And by the time I got my phone out, it disappeared and Molly was sitting in its place. I don't see the Rios very often whatsoever, and I was gutted because I thought it'd be cool to show everybody. But alas, no, it's disappeared. So my initial disappointment of not being able to take a video of the Rio has become excitement as I found a Dolphoi corridors, hopley, anyway, a catfish egg. When there is one, there is normally more. These are not a massive yielding species. Normally only get 2 or 3 at a time, at least in my group. So I'll put this into a little breeding box and let it hatch out, and then we'll go from there. Exciting times. And that is today done. Not gonna lie, today, at least this afternoon, was an absolute struggle. Feeling really tired, really lethargic, my muscles are really sore, I'm just not feeling in the groove, as it were. So it was a real struggle. So we got through it, it's done now, no big deal. We'll get some sleep, we'll rock and roll tomorrow. We'll get it done. Alright team, thanks very much for watching. If you made it all the way through, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and answer the question we had earlier in the day. Thank you very much, have a good one, happy fish keeping, and catch you later.